Chief, thank you so much. And tonight, with more than 1.5 million votes already cast in early voting, election leaders are preparing for what they say could be a record-breaking day tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely expect it to be. Our Josie Frost has more on how election officials are getting ready for the big day.
They're looking at over 1 million votes to be cast more than likely on election day.
TJ Lundeen is with the South Carolina Election Commission. He says that with expected high turnout, voters might see longer lines and wait times, especially when polls open at 7 a.m.
So far, through the early voting period and with those absentee ballots that have come in, we've seen about 46% of the registered voters come in. So you're looking at making up that gap between 46 to 70% all in one day.
Chase Meyer is a political science professor with the University of South Carolina. He says the state's population growth could have contributed to the record-breaking 1.5 million early votes. But the numbers show even more growth in voter turnout than that.
And these numbers are really good, even taking that into account here. So because we're seeing these large numbers of voters turn out, even in states outside of South Carolina, where population is not booming.
He says it's too early to make any predictions based on early voting for a party or candidate, but he says early voters are typically a younger demographic, while older voters are more likely to wait for Election Day.
This is just a sign that voters are overwhelmingly engaged. Voters feel their votes are important, they feel this is going to be a close election, and they feel their vote will matter.
Clerks will be there well before 7 a.m. to prepare the precincts. They'll check to make sure there aren't any campaign signs. County election staff will bring in machines. Poll workers then have to check those.
We're asking people to pack their patience when they go to the polls as well. It's something that, the poll workers there are doing the absolute best job they can to make sure that we're all able to cast our votes.
Josie Frost, News 19, WLTX.
And tonight, with hours to go before the polls open, the FBI is working around the clock to make sure voters are protected. There are 3 crime categories that the FBI will investigate. Those include allegations of federal violations of voter and ballot fraud, civil rights violations, and campaign finance offenses.